Hello, this is Dina from Dina's Delish Cooking, and I wanted to take you on a tour of my kitchen. Now, I keep a strictly kosher kitchen, but that can mean different things to different people. So I wanted to show you what makes my kitchen kosher. Now, the number one thing that I do is I separate all meat and dairy, not just meat and dairy products, which I will never serve in the same dish, but I actually have different dishes, cooking utensils, pots and pans for meat and dairy. So over here is my dairy side of the kitchen where I have cutlery and I have pots and pans that are for dairy. And then on the other side of my kitchen, I have my meat side. And this ensures that I never mix up my meat and my dairy. And that makes it very easy. This is actually a fairly large kitchen, the largest one I've ever cooked in. So this side over here is my dairy side, and this side over here is my meat side. It makes it super easy. So I know if I take a pot from this side, that's going to be dairy. Pot from this side, that's going to be meat. The second thing is that all of any processed product I use has a kosher symbol on it. So there's a lot of different kosher symbols. And really, if you're not sure which ones are okay to use, you need to ask your rabbi. So we generally go by the modern Orthodox way of looking at the kosher symbols. We use the CRC website. And if I'm not sure, I just will text a rabbi that I trust, and I'll say, "Hey, is this symbol kosher?" So you can see here are some of my spices, and it has kosher symbol right over here in the corner. Here, if I open up my pantry, everything in my pantry will have kosher symbols on it. So here we go. And there are so many different kosher symbols. A lot of times I don't know what a symbol is, especially if I go into a store like Trader Joe's. They can have a lot of different symbols that I'm just not familiar with. And in that case, I'll just ask a rabbi. So I never mix my meat and dairy. That's number one. I use products that have kosher symbol. And another thing that I need to do is I always check my eggs to make sure that there's no blood in them. Blood is not kosher. So when I am cooking with eggs, I'll crack my egg into a glass bowl and I'll make sure there's no blood, and then I can use it. Another thing I do, which may seem a little different, is I always check any leafy greens that I'm cooking with because bugs aren't kosher. And sometimes bugs can get into kale or lettuce or other leafy greens. So I'll just really wash it well and then check to make sure that there are no bugs in it. And like I said, there are so many different ways to keep kosher. This might not be your way of keeping kosher, but I'm just explaining what I do in my kitchen so that way people could see if they'll trust my kitchen as a kosher kitchen that they would like to order from. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to ask me any questions.